In this example, we're going to do another truth table with 3 variables. So again, I've started you off with the 3 columns P, Q, and R. Let's explain how we got the rest of the columns. Start with the first set of parentheses. Negation of P is not on there, so I put that as a column. Q is already in the truth table. I'm not going to rewrite it again. Go to the second set of parentheses. I don't need R again, or I don't need the negation of P again, but I need to put the or statement. Now, I'm taking the negation of that statement, so I need to write that here. And now I can write the entire statement in the last column. So now let's figure out the truth values for these. Let's start with the negation of P. Remember, that is the opposite truth value for P. Now, let's go to the next column. If the negation of P, then Q. Remember, an if-then statement is only false when the first statement is true and the second statement is false. So we're going to look at this column and this column. Remember, the order matters. If false, then true, that's a true statement. If false, then true, that's a true statement. If false, then false, that's a true statement. If false, then false, that's a true statement. If true, then true is a true statement. If true, then true is true. If true, then false, that is a false statement. If true, then false, that's a false statement. Now, let's go to the next column, R or the negation of P. Now remember, with an or statement, either one of the statements or both of the statements can be true in order for the whole statement to be true. So I'm going to be looking at this column and this column. So, true or false, that's true. False or false, that is false. True or false, that's true. False or false, that is false. True or true, that's true. False or true, that is true. True or true, that is true. And false or true, that is true. Now, the next column is the negation. So I'm going to take the opposite values for this here. Okay, so let's write. Now, for an if and only if statement, the truth values for the first and second statements must be identical. So we're going to take a look then here and here. True if and only if false, that is false. True if and only if true is true. True if and only if false, that is false. True if and only if true, that is true. True if and only if false, that's false. True if and only if false is false. False if and only if false, that is true. And false if and only if false is a true statement.